All right, we're back. The veterans have destroyed the rookies. Actually, not destroyed, it went to overtime.
Yeah, it was
so they actually edged the rookies in our little trivia contest. And we are now joined by Brian Degenhart. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Ralph Starzyk, owner-operator of Hot Dog Avenue.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Very good sponsor.
Thank you.
I don't know if you knew, but one of the questions that we had was, what's your favorite hot dog at Hot Dog Avenue?
Well, I'll definitely say the Chicago, that's for sure.
Yours was Chicago?
That's 100%.
It was Montana was the overwhelming favorite.
Was it?
Here.
That's good. You can't go wrong with bacon, so that's good. Right.
So let me just ask you a couple things.
Sure.
Now, I know you're originally from the Chicago area. I think you went to high school here in the Dells, if I'm not mistaken.
I did, yep.
When did you actually move here to the Dells area?
We moved in '99, so I started here in 8th grade. So it was a little bit of a change, you know, especially with the big population of Chicago and everything else. It was a smaller town, it was hard to get adjusted to, but you know, everybody was really cool up here, and you know, we started playing. Started playing roller hockey in Chicago, over there in Streamwood, and then when I moved up here, actually, we always played ice hockey, but it wasn't as big in the ice, and so we moved up here because they didn't have a roller hockey team. So then we started in 8th grade, and then we worked our way up to senior year, and then played a little bit, you know, open hockey in college, but not as much. So.
Okay. And you started this business in 2010.
Right.
Was there any place in particular that you tried to model it after, or anything like that? Or
you know, hot dog stands are overall, I mean, it's kind of, everybody has their own vibe. You know, it's similar food, but every time you go to one, it's going to feel a little bit different. We always did go to Portillo's over in Chicago, so that was kind of, you know, I kind of grew up having that.
That's kind of the Mecca, isn't it?
Right. But overall, you have to put a twist on your own. You have to make it unique. So that's what we did.
I think you did a nice job because in Chicago, there's hot dog stands everywhere.
Yeah.
There's one in Lawrence and Milwaukee that comes to mind, and
then,
of course, Gene and Jude's.
Right.
You got a nice mix of all the Chicago hot dog places right here.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of everything. You know, you can't overpower the menu, but
the food is awesome.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
gotta
it.
say,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is obviously a very popular tourist spot in the summer. When I drive by, your parking lot's always jammed. And it's also popular with the Ducks. They come here quite often.
Absolutely.
They all have their favorite hot dogs. What would you say are your most popular items on the menu right now?
So I would say what we stick out with is going to be definitely the gyros, the beefs, and the burgers, I would say. The hot dogs are always a staple. Everybody gets that as an appetizer on the side. Okay. And we use Vienna beef, and we use quality for that. So that's, you know, everybody loves those. Then when people kind of stick out, like, well, you know, let's try something else. And it's the gyros, the beefs, and the burgers is what we go for, absolutely.
And the follow-up to that is, does that change at all? Is it different during the summer when the tourists are here than it is, you know, say when it's just like the local crowd here in the
Sure. So we
winter?
do, during the off-season, we add different specials. We have a little bit more time to provide a little bit more options. So we do a little bit more with appetizers, deep-fried mushrooms, deep-fried pickles.
Oh, okay.
Right now we have the chicken wings going on. We have meatball subs, chicken sandwiches. So we mix things up a little bit and see what works, what doesn't, and always kind of keep the menu alive, you know, so not just to kind of, we have our staple, but then we also want to give a little bit extra to it.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious when you come in here. I've seen a lot of your signs and stuff. You're a big Chicago sports fan.
Sure.
You must have been pretty happy in recent years to see the Hawks win the Cup.
It was a long time coming, you know, just like the Cubs. So it was great to see them. You know, it was a young team, you know, so it was bound, you know, it wasn't bound to happen, but it worked out. You know, so you know, now with Hossa gone, it's a little bit different. But overall, I mean, every team has its years, but that was it was awesome watching them, you know, and take it to the Stanley Cup. So
awesome.
Do you see him coming back anytime in the future?
You know, I don't know. You know, it's kind of I think it's every time you win a championship in any sport, you kind of have a break or two within the years. You know, I think all that hype and stuff. I mean, some people like, you know, I mean, the Warriors, they keep doing well, you know, all the time, but I don't know, it's hard to say. It just depends if the team's healthy, I guess. You know, that makes a big difference in any sport.
Yeah, injuries can kill you.
Right.
You have been spotted at the Poppy Waterman a few times. You enjoy watching the Ducks as well.
Yeah.
What about the junior game is it that you like?
So overall, though, I like the speed. You know, I like there's a little bit more physical, you know, to it. I think it picks up and makes the game more interesting. Overall, the guys, you know, since we've started sponsoring, have been really cool. Everyone's been coming in. They always seem, you know, energetic and great personalities and seem like they're team players. You know, so that's kind of one thing, especially when they're coming all over the country. You know, meet as one. You know, it's kind of neat to kind of see everybody get together and you know, obviously for one goal, which is to win as many games and go to the end. So, right.
Well, Ralph, I just want to say thank you.
Welcome.
You know, the sponsors play a big part, obviously, for our junior hockey team, and you know, we just simply couldn't operate without people like you. And also thank you for letting us do our show here tonight,
Sure.
and hopefully we'll be back again later in the
Sounds
season.
great. Sounds great. And we'll see you out there on the ice.
All right, thank you, Ralph.
One day at a time. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
care.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks again. Thank you.
Okay.
Hand this over to you.
So let's just wrap this up a little bit. We're just going to do a little bit of a preview on the weekend. But first of all, the bad news, we do have to talk about the losing streak right now as far as league play goes. I know Justin, Stone, Gio, confidence is never a problem with this team. Even last year when things were going bad, you guys always thought, you know, just wait till the next time we play that team, we're going to beat them. Do you feel like this is just a lull that you can snap out of? These are some big tests coming this weekend. Go ahead, Stone.
Yeah, it's obviously sucks losing, but it's not that big of a drought. It's only, what, 3 games or so. So it's not too hard to come out of. I think we'll be fine. So.
Okay. And that's the good news, I suppose, Gio, is, you know, this year, this league is so darn close that you know it's not, the winning team is not going to have, you know, 3 losses or 4 losses. Everybody's going to lose some games.
For sure.
So you're still pretty much in it, and you feel like you can turn things around and get moving?
I feel like we can turn it around pretty quick here. I mean, yeah, we lost, but we're never out of games. It's always 1-goal games. We've never got, you know, blown out. It's just we're inches away from winning, and
That's a good point. Yeah, a lot of 1-goal losses for sure.
a lot of 1-goals.
Becca, you guys have played a lot of home games early in the season. After this weekend, you're going to play 11 straight on the road. I think a lot of teams would look at that as a negative, but, you know, they always say that, you know, long road trips and stuff like that gives the team a chance to bond and get closer. Do you think that that could actually help with the guys just becoming a bit more of a solid team?
Oh, for sure. When you're on the road and you're spending more time with the entire team rather than at home, you connect a lot more with everybody. And I think that will help team morale too. And we can go on a tear on away games.
I'd love to see you go on a tear. That'd be nice. Justin, I think the Hudson Havoc and the Dells Ducks are similar in the sense that they both took their lumps last year as young teams. The Ducks are still a pretty young team. The Havoc has some solid blue liners like Moifer and Lamb, and they got some good guys up front too, like Niffer. Do you think that you can match up well with that team?
If we compete and try our best, they won't stand a chance, in my personal opinion. When we play to our full potential, we play shutout defense and shutout forwards, and teams will never touch the puck when we play 100% in our game. When we play to our systems, play our game, play our hearts out, and leave it all on the ice, no team will match us.
Awesome. So Augie, this weekend then, what do you think is the key against this? It seems to me like this could be a bit of a track meet. Hudson's a team that's got a lot of speed and finesse on their team. Do you think that style meshes well with your game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you know, just the chemistry on this team, having it just like all the kids bond together, just like as one. The system is like perfect with us. So I think if we work together as a team and go against them, we can do it. Yeah.
And Jake, you guys have had some stretches where, you know, goals have gone in. There's some games where, you know, things have worked out really well. Lately, it seems like maybe you're all just a little bit snake bit. There's been shots off a post or just over the net, stuff like that. Do you feel like once you get something going, it's, you know, they're going to open the floodgates kind of thing?
Yeah, like, I don't know if it was Gio, but like he said, we're inches away. We're having almost 20 scoring chances a game. We're passing up rebounds, hitting a lot of posts. Once we get dialed in and get scoring, and like, we'll be on a roll. I know.
Okay.
We could score easily 10 goals a game.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
One last question for the captain. Just what kind of approach would you have? Do you think it is going to be like a speed game this weekend? What do you see happening?
I don't know much about Hudson this year or anything, but I mean, just do 2 hard-hitting teams. Just from what they were last year, they're a physical team. So I don't know if they are this year or whatnot, but we just got to come ready to play.
And you'll be ready to play?
Oh yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Hey, thanks very much for doing this tonight. Rookies, I'm sorry you're going to have to lug a few extra bags, but we appreciate the effort. And thanks again. We're probably going to